Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to do my prediction video. I believe this should be coming out about a day before it actually ends up dropping, but the Calamity tie-in project summons. So this is going to be, I believe it's the round 1 character will be introduced on 7/25 after episode 41 is broadcast. So I believe that this is going to be a 1 character banner only, or at the very least it could be, because sometimes they just say character even if it's multiple, it could be 1 core 4 character alongside other core 3 characters to make it a more enticing banner, which honestly I kind of hope is the case. But either way, I'll probably be summoning if it's a cool enough character for core 4, because I think pretty much almost every single fight has a character that I would be like, yeah, I'm gonna summon for that character because they're really cool. And I'm just gonna be doing a who I think it's gonna be, a big old tier list on most probably, likely, not really, and just a bunch of characters that are dead because they're on the tier list. But yeah, it'll be tying in with the first episode airing on the 25th. As soon as I believe it's going to be shown as soon as the episode is aired. Once it gets done, 5 minutes later, the news drops for it. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I will be at work. I'm going to see if I can swap a shift. Maybe I can be there for it, but I don't know. There's no confirmation. The round 1 character will be introduced on 7/25 at 9 a.m. my time after episode 41 is broadcast. More details on this character will be released in a notice at 7/25, 9:35. So it looks like we'll know who the character is at 9, and then at 9:35 is when we get like the kits and stuff, I assume, or maybe the full banner info. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I saw people already making speculation videos like immediately after this announced. I probably should have, but I didn't. But I'm going to now. There will be another banner after this banner for the end of month banner on the 31st. So keep that in mind. Or 30th, however many days are in July. I don't remember. Either way, 2 banners left for this month, and they're probably going to be incredibly broken. So speaking that it is going to be airing after the first episode, also this is just a bunch of characters that I don't think even appeared in the episode. That's why they're here, and they were just part of the tier list, so I just added them in, whatever. But yeah, so I think, also Candace, you're dead. I believe all of these characters at least were in the episodes 1 to 3, because it could be any character from there. Realistically, it could happen. They could just skip ahead a little bit. I'm not too sure exactly how they're going to do it, obviously, but actually also Mayuri is done for as well. I honestly forgot who's even in that fight. It's been a little bit, but I know the big fights. I know who actually showed up quite a bit, and probably not is probably going to be the people that literally showed up for like a split second, so I feel like it's not going to be Aizen. I don't think it's going to be Toshiro. He was only there for a few seconds. I really don't think it's going to be any of the visors. They really only had like a little big team power-up, Power Ranger-looking combo. I don't think it's going to be any of them. There's 2 Shinjis on this tier list for some reason. Ignore that. Did I get all the visors on here? Or at least all the ones that are on this tier list? Because, I mean, I don't think any of the visors are going to make it. I don't think they're that big enough to make it onto a solo banner or just a big banner to highlight core 4 realistically. Rengiku I don't think is going to either. Obviously, like, she didn't really do anything. Rukia showed up for like a split second. Byakuya showed up for a little bit against Gerard. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone that showed up for a split second. And now I'm gonna do the maybes. Maybe is going to be, I guess, maybes are going to be like Kenpachi, like this, because they did show up for a little bit. They were fighting Gerard, but nothing insane. Also, earlier this year, we ended up getting an Uryu and a Jugrim already, so I really don't think it's going to be them. I don't think that they're insanely big characters, and I don't think that was their big moment to get a brand new Core 4 character. Now going on to characters that I think have a pretty high chance are going to be characters that had a pretty big fight, but it wasn't like the main focus. So Yuha, Ichigo, and Orihime. They had a pretty big moment. You know, Ichigo popped his new form. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called. With the one horn. Dude, I can't remember the name. I'm blanking on it. Before I even typed it into Google, it hit my head. Horn of Salvation Ichigo. That's the name of it. Bro. Thank God. I was gonna be very upset, but Horn of Salvation Ichigo. He ended up popping that, or he may had a bunch of moments where she was like protecting him and healing him and all that, and rejecting Yuha's attacks. Yuha had quite a few attacks, so I could definitely see it potentially being Yuha as a standalone Core 4 character. I don't know if it's gonna be this version, by the way, or Almighty Yuha, like just with the 3 eyes, or if it's like the final Yuha. I'd imagine final Yuha would be saved for a bigger banner, by the way. Ichigo still has a whole nother character that he could potentially get later on as well, so even if we do get Horn of Salvation Ichigo here, just to highlight Core 4, we could still get something pretty big. Another character that's a high chance... Actually, never mind, actually. Grimmjow is going to get a... Probably not. We literally just got Anniversary Grimmjow. I very much doubt we're going to get a Grimmjow back-to-back. I don't think that's been even heard of in a Espada getting a character back-to-back or in a Ronka or anything. Genuinely not. So that kind of just rips him out of there 100%. I didn't even think about that. And then the next character that's... I feel like could be a pretty good character is Gerard. I mean, he had quite a few moments. I feel like this fight has a higher chance, one of these characters being it, over Gerard. But, I mean, Gerard was fighting all of these guys, all the Vizards. I don't know why Aizen is this high up. I don't even know if he appeared in these episodes. He fought these 3 as well. He was battling them. Everyone was just basically fisticuffing with him. They were fighting with some fun. And now the final 3, I think, is going to be the main highlight, simply because episode 1 was purely pretty much Yoruichi and Askin, and then Kisuke was just kind of there. So I'm really leaning towards these 3. I am really thinking that one of these 3 are going to be it, because it is 3 Core 4 characters over the span of about a month or 2 that they're going to be doing, that are immediately going to be added. And I have to imagine it's within the first few episodes that they could actually get their hands on and get the models correctly and whatnot. And I imagine it would be one of these 3. Personally, I want Yoruichi, obviously. But if I had to pick, I would want Kisuke. Kisuke hasn't had a character in years. I think he definitely, his Bankai is incredibly cool. I definitely think it could sell a banner, because it's just been that long since we've had a Kisuke, especially if they do it right and make him incredibly broken with Frenzy 4 and all the stuff that the newer characters like Okiura and Grimmjow are getting. I just think it would be a very good banner worth summoning on. I think it'd be really, really cool to finally see it in action, because he hasn't really had really a good character in years. Genuinely. I think the last one was probably Safui Kisuke, to be honest. Askin... I think it'd be cool to see him, but we just got the other one for end of year in 2024, and I know it's been almost 2 years at this point, but he's kind of the same, to be honest. So like, I'm not as sold on him. Obviously, though, I am a big fan of Askin. I do enjoy Askin, so if we see him, that's cool. It's just like he's kind of just the same as the other one. At least Yoruichi has like a whole new form. He just kind of like puts on glasses and loses his shirt. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yoruichi is just like completely different. I genuinely feel like it's gonna end up being Yoruichi. That is just my number 1 pick right there. I can't really think of any other characters that could be it. I can't think of any off the top of my head that has a high chance at being it. But yeah, this is my prediction for the Core 4 character. Really leaning towards the Yoruichi and Kisuke fight against Askin. Grimmjow could have had a chance, I guess, if he wasn't the anniversary character, because he did have a big moment. But also, when episode 1 airs, that's what we're going to be getting the character. And when episode 1 ends, it's pretty much when Kisuke just says Bankai, which I imagine wouldn't be enough for them to be like, okay, let's make a character on the first episode, and it's Kisuke when he has like 10 seconds of screen time with his Bankai. That would be kind of weird, you know? So I'd have to imagine, realistically, it would be one of these 2. Yeah. That's just my guess. That's what I'm going off of. Maybe I missed someone. Let me know down below who you guys think. But genuinely, if it was any of these characters right here, except for Askin, because I'm not really looking for a new Askin at the moment. Granted, if he's SP, maybe my mind would be different because, you know, we haven't had an SP Askin. It's been 2 Brave Battle Askins. You know, like Yoruichi, Yuha, Ichigo, Kisuke, or Hime Gerard would all be top tier picks for me, genuinely. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys think it's gonna be. Take care, and peace out.